Are you bored and restless, but you can't find anything to satisfy you? Maybe you scroll for hours, binge watch shows, chase the next big job or work goal. Or maybe it's a love interest, only to feel flat, depressed, or completely agitated. Maybe it's worse than that. Maybe you're so uncomfortable that you're using substances to relieve the sensations. Maybe you feel out of control and unable to stop it because nothing seems to make you feel better. But without it, you feel worse. Are you stuck in a cycle where you feel restless or even disruptive when things are calm? And numb when they're not? Do you go looking for drama on Netflix, socials, or in real life, but nothing entertains? Like you can't win and nothing works? If you feel like you're chasing something that you can't name or catch, this one's for you. Hi, I'm Kylie, a retired paramedic, and this is Everyday Ambo, where I share the real-life lessons from the job, not the clinical skills or knowledge, the ones I learned about what it means to be human. This is lesson number 18. What goes up comes down harder. Every time you check your phone, crash a workout, win an argument, or even tick off a to-do list item, your brain rewards you with a hit of dopamine. It's the chemical that makes you want more and determines how much more you want. Add a little norepinephrine for alertness and cortisol if there's stress involved, and you've got yourself a full-blown neurochemical cocktail. It feels great to begin with. And it is great. We need this cocktail for many bodily functions. The stuff I've learned, I've not only learned in textbooks, I've also learned it on the job and through my own lived experience, where the same chemicals were triggered at really high doses and at random and high regularity, the perfect combination for addiction. Every exciting job, every thrill or spill, every life or death moment or decision, every learning opportunity or time to shine, it all spiked my system with dopamine, cortisol, and norepinephrine. Over and over, shift after shift, out of my control for 15 years. And just like you might crash after a big weekend or a social media binge, I crashed too, only harder. And dependent on an income, I had to keep going back. What I didn't know then was the brain doesn't just keep giving. It adapts and it changes. Too many spikes and it starts to downregulate, turning down the volume on your feel-good chemistry and turning it up on the cravings for more. Suddenly, nothing feels good. Not the job, not the people, not even the things that you used to love. The craving is worse, and the gap between these hard feelings and the opportunity to feel better, it gets bigger. And to make matters worse, if you get another spike, it only increases the gap and the discomfort the next round. It gets worse. Does this sound familiar? You don't have to have been a paramedic to feel this. You just have to be a human in a world that's overstimulating and designed to capture and retain your interests through addiction processes. All humans chase stimulation, novelty, scrolling, swiping, achieving, reacting. And then we wonder why we feel flat, foggy, disconnected, depressed, or even addicted, and nothing works to fix it. It's not because something broke or stopped functioning. Your brain did what it was designed to do. It's designed to slow you down and to regulate the rewards so you don't overdose. So what's the danger? We seek bigger stimulation and novelties, and we use man-made substances designed to give it, like pharmaceuticals, processed food, online shopping, pornography, drug and alcohol, gambling, extreme sports and other risk-taking behaviours, pain stimulus, and social media. And the consequences are that we down-regulate to a point that we no longer produce our own neurochemistry, becoming reliant on external man-made substances. We also change brain structures as we overstimulate good feelings and understimulate our regulation functions. When we put the control of the quantity and the timing into somebody else's hands, external from our own brain functioning, we strengthen their prefrontal cortex and we weaken our own. This can cause permanent damage to control functions. Some people are more vulnerable to the chemical chase. By genetic predisposition and environmental factors during early development. Some people literally crave more and get less satisfaction, which creates a greater motivating drive to chase. Like being so hungry you could eat a horse, but once you've eaten the horse, you don't feel like you've eaten anything, so you keep looking for more. This happens when the chemical messages aren't being received, like in an ADHD brain or a trauma brain. So here's the paradox. There are two pathways to achieve the chemical cocktail, and they both undermine the other. The first pathway, it's fast, easy, and artificial. It's full of instant gratifications, things that you get without much effort and that are artificially made by humans to feel good. The problem with this pathway is that the smaller the gap between what you want and when you get it, reduces your impulse control because you don't practice controlling yourself. The second pathway, well, that's the slow route. It's full of effort and naturally occurring rewards. And because of the time and effort it takes to achieve them, you build impulse control. Impulse control is important because it gives you the opportunity to consider your future self, something that you won't have if you always take the instant gratification. So if you're feeling out of sorts and out of control and thinking that there might be something wrong or broken, maybe it's your neurochemical cocktail and it's trying to tell you something. So what's your cocktail of choice? What do you reach for when you're running low? Is it a cheeky text, an online jab, an overtime shift, or a fast ride on your motorbike? So what I've learned is that overcapitalizing on good feelings leads to long-term emotional strains, reduced returns over time, and it reduces your flexibility of control and choice. So, do you know what you're chasing? And is it even possible to catch it? Have a think about that, and I'll see you in the next lesson.